First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth, and to include the elder bishops on down, and Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Brakatham, to the overall elect, us brethren, as we hopefully believe, and we say that humbly, and we believe by faith, as well as it's written in the book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, that faith is the evidence of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. And it's your brother Laban. Let's get right into this. Great Britain has only 2 days of gas stored, while Iran wars threatens to disrupt supplies. Great Britain has only 2 days of fossil gas stored after a decline in energy reserves, as more tankers carrying liquefied natural gas are diverted from their course to Europe towards Asia because of the Iran war. Great Britain has 7,000 gigawatts hours of fossil gas stored on Saturday, according to figures from National Gas, which owns and operates the gas national transmission system, and this compares with 9,105 gigawatts a year earlier. Maximum capacity is 12 days of gas, and current store levels equate to under 2 days of reserves, leading to concern that Great Britain could run out of gas if the crisis in the Middle East escalates further. So that's all we need to go into. And so this is how the war of Iran can affect Great Britain and different places around the world as well, economically to include. And this just goes right back to what I was saying before, because I spoke about this before, doing a sit down on this topic of, the Strait of Hormuz. So, like I was saying before, if the Strait of Hormuz has been closed, then that means that the flow of business will begin to stop, because, again, you need gas to go to and fro to do your business, don't you? Or you need to go to work. But either and or, business is being conducted due to traffic. So if there's no oil, then there's no business. Then there's no economy. And then you have a collapse. And speaking of a collapsing of the economy globally in this case, it's all been staged, it's all been prepared. And it ain't just that of the Edomites that want this still to go down. All of these nations want this still to go down because they're sold under this idea that they got to bring forth a new world order. So before a new world order is said and done, drama has to ensue first, and they're all a part of that agenda. All right, something that I always talk about every once in a while in regards to these, topics. Okay, so I mean, there's no other way I can really put it. I mean, if this war continues to keep going and going, then these are the problems that you're going to have. You're going to have an economic collapse, a global economic collapse. And by then, things would have shot up in price because for the sake of, getting their monies back in regards to the oil is concerned, the price of oil. For the price of oil, they need their money back. Especially these trucks that provide that, send your food to your local store or your major superstore. Every commodity that we depend on is going to go up in price. All right. Once again, because of the pricing of gas and diesel. If this continues to escalate. So this is where we're at right now. And just to plainly put it, as this reads here, Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 8, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in the spirit is better than the proud in spirit. And so that's what we got to be. We have to be patient. Yes, we're hasting for the coming of the day of the Lord, which it won't be a nice day. It's going to be a bleak day. All right. But in that bleak time, we're going to be delivered and saved. And so that's why we haste for these times to come. And the word end is from the Hebrew word achar rayaf, which means, of course, just that the end And let's read a few of these biblical usages over here. After part, end, issue, event, latter times, prophetic for future times, posterity, last, hindermost. And I like this as well. I like biblical usage number 2, prophetic for future times, because how do we know that we're in the end? Yahushua told his disciples what the deal was going to be, and he even gave the parable of the fig tree. And he said, look, in verse 33, as this reads, right? Matthew 24 and verse 32 will begin there. Now learn a parable of the fig tree when his branch is yet tender, and put it forth leaves, and ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. So we're seeing what he was saying come to pass today in this generation, and we're seeing much more to convey further that point, that we are in the ending of the civilization. And in the ending of the civilization, in the midst of this time, somehow, some way, Yahushua is going to make his return on the earth, and his appearing is going to be seen. Okay, as it is written that what? Nothing will pass until all is fulfilled. This generation, there it is. I might as well read it. It's right in front of me. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass until all these things be fulfilled. Exactly. So everything that Yahushua said and then some will be fulfilled. And this is why we ain't seeing the missiles fly yet. Because certain things needs be fulfilled. Jacob's trouble, the elect being sealed, and what have you. All right. So speaking about this oil problem in Australia, as this reads over here, insane price Australians will soon be paying for petrol if the war on Iran continues to drag on. And I would go as far as saying the world, not just Australia, but Australia is the discussion of this article over here. So as this reads, Australians are being warned to refuel their cars as soon as possible amid growing concerns petrol prices could surge to $3 a liter as the war in the Middle East intensifies and wholesale oil prices climb to 260 Australian dollars a barrel. Drivers have already reported seeing surging prices at fuel pumps, with areas in regional Queensland and in Western Sydney recording prices of more than $2.30 a liter. Head of investment strategy and chief economist at AMP, Shane Oliver, said it was possible drivers could expect to pay over $3 a liter at the fuel pump as the conflict continues. So, I mean, yeah, it's to be expected. Oil is going to shoot up due to this ongoing war and the Strait of Hormuz closing, right? And that's what it's going to end up becoming. And this is going to become a worldwide thing because, you know, most of the world, especially in the West, gets their oils from these GCC countries anyway. All right. So this world is very sensitive. It don't take much to crash this world apart. All right. And oil is a big driver. It's a form of energy that is needed to be used, again, to keep the flow of the economy going. And the essential aspect of any economies is traffic, like I said. Yeah, this is from the New York Times now. U.S. gasoline prices rising again, are now up 17% since the conflict started. Interruptions in oil supplies in the Middle East, as they have here, but it's really the East. Source of much of the world's energy are trickling down to what American drivers pay when they fill up. So there you go. So even in America, there's a rising up of gas. Again, it's to be expected. All right. So we'll have to wait and see how far this thing goes. This is just going to be an even shorter video than the last one that I did for the sake of time. And in due time, of course, you know, I'll be making longer videos as usual once again, but just for the sake of time, I'm going to be short with this one as well. But yeah, you know, we're definitely in the end. And it's a beautiful thing now because these nations, this is just the beginning of them being cursed. being that they were blessed under Esau and stuff of that nature. So, yeah, the ending of Esau also includes the ending of all of these nations and their prosperity. And we will begin to prosper because Yahushua is going to come back in the midst of all of this anyway. All right. I mean, come on. He spoke about these times. So you mean to tell me he ain't going to be involved in these times? Oh, hell yeah. He's coming in the midst of it all. Okay. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for Yahushua's return, baby. And that's all I got to say with this. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukah Kwadash. And with that, I close. Shalom.